Welcome back, everybody. The Path to Recovery podcast, episode 27. Today we're going to be talking about the COVID cruise. What is it and how exactly are we handling it? First off, what is the COVID cruise? I basically am saying it clearly stated as the COVID cruise control. It's essentially the acceptance of what's been happening around us that we can't seem to change and our ability to cope with it and ultimately give to Caesar what is Caesar's. It's more like respecting the illusion of the things happening around us and to change only the things that we can and accept the things that we can't. I'm not saying that the pandemic is fake, but maybe I am. I'm trying to have you understand that we're finding ways of coping with the outside influences on us, or the supposed control from those outside influences. We're not really sitting back and taking it, even though sometimes we are. But we're more finding our own ways of accepting what we can't change and changing the things that we can. We're finding a new balance in this new and weird way of life that we've been placed in. Now, we can get angry as heck, protest, set things on fire, beat people up, or worse. Or we can be passive and to just do everything they tell us to do regardless of how it looks or feels. Or maybe we do something in between to not rock the boat. Play the game. What we have to do is find the right coping techniques to bring us to as peaceful a place as we can find, which isn't easy when our friends or family or strangers for that matter are telling us these neat facts about what is going on. I'm myself living a very peaceful and happy life, and it isn't by accident. I've worked the last 20 plus years on being a sober and not angry individual like I used to be. I was a very violent person, and I believed the American dream of making gobs of money and crushing people on my way of achieving that goal just so I could have the stuff I wanted. I had 2 marriages that ended in kind of ugly ways. I had countless bouts of depression and suicide attempts. I used to listen to all sorts of angry music filled with revenge, hatred, and just plain ugliness. I was what I call a concealed alcoholic and just super angry at anything that got in my way. I had codependence on my stuff, my anger, my hatred, my selfishness, my wanting things to go my way, being with someone instead of being happy alone, and a ton of other issues. I had always known there was something wrong with how I was living this life. And at an early age, in my teens even, I believed strongly that I wasn't even going to live past 35. There were many times that, due to my actions, I probably escaped death, which is sort of ironic since I've tried killing myself a few times. So what does my story have to do with the COVID cruise? Well, let me explain what I do today to cope with the COVID cruise. I'm calling it my COVID cruise control. I'm barely on social media except to read more uplifting, positive, and encouraging posts and to share the same type. I don't get caught up in politics at all. I might hear people talking about it, I'll nod, oh neat, okay, gotcha. But I'm not going to jump into that pool. When I hear conversations about global stats and ugliness and struggles, I'll just nod my head, and I find a way to remove myself from the conversation or to change the topic. I am not watching TV or reading newspapers. In fact, I don't think I've watched television for over 15 years. I'm not driving in the cities unless I have to. I don't put myself into those stressful situations with all that traffic and anxiety and noise and anger. I'm trying to walk away from conversations when they involve conflict and have the I'm right and you're wrong feeling. But I do it as smoothly and respectfully as I can. I'm just doing my best. I've worked at a tour company that had absolutely minimal job pressure and very little need to think as intensely as I used to for work, which makes it real easy. I can just be me and have people enjoy their moments. I hike in Sedona, Arizona as often as possible. Over the past 5 years or so, I've averaged somewhere around 56 hikes per year. That's at least 1 per week. I mean, I'd love to do more, but that's kind of all you can do when you're trying to hold a job. I'm able to let things go through a process of forgiveness. And it's the true forgiveness, not just the, what the hell, I forgive you, and then hold it against them later on in life. But I'm also forgiving myself, and that's part of that process. I'm constantly trying not to pass judgment on others, or myself for that matter. I'm able to breathe, like deeply breathe and just have moments of quiet. I've dedicated my human life to learning how to reconnect with God. I only listen to uplifting and positive music, and it's all about God. I found that like those action movies and scary movies don't feel right anymore. I now find myself watching anything that presents a positive, uplifting message, and yes, I'm looking for a lot of God. And I even watch the Jesus movies just to better understand the relationship that Jesus had with humans and how Jesus became the Christ. Essentially, I'm taking control of what I hear and what I see and how I behave based on being in a loving state. I'm not living in fear of those situations, and I have accepted the things I can't change. I mean, I wear a mask in places that require them, and I respect that 6 foot to 8 foot social distancing. Do I want to? No. Do I prefer it? Absolutely not. Do I think it's necessary? Heck no. But I'm respecting it, and I'm accepting it, because I can't change things. I can't change the government. I can't change, as an individual, I can't change what they're saying in Congress, what the representatives are saying, what the state says, the city says. All I can do is do my best to be in a happy place for me, and to kind of respect those around me in their desires to hang on to that fear. I'm also communing with God throughout the day, and it brings me to the balance that keeps me on this cruise control. And my communing is simply just talking, or, well, you call it prayer, whatever. It's just having a conversation and addressing it directly to God. And that allows me to just kind of keep myself in check. I said before that I practice forgiveness. Now, I practice forgiveness for myself and others. The true sense of forgiveness, so that if the same situation arises again, it's not going to have any power over me. Once I do an honest, truthful, deep forgiveness of the situation or the person or the act or what I did and how I slipped up, once I forgive myself for those moments, it allows me to just kind of, take the load off my shoulders and say, wow, that was a good test. I had a great lesson and I learned everything I could from it. Now I got to move on, and the next time this situation comes up, it's not going to freak me out. I'm also in what I call as a gifting relationship with a fellow spiritual and God-loving being, and we share our moments of struggle each day to assist each other in our path to God. She is absolutely my spirit angel. Now, do I need any stuff? No. What does that mean, stuff? Do I need, 3 cars, a big house, 7 dogs, a partridge in a pear tree, and all that? No, I don't need stuff. I figured that out a long time ago. I need nothing but God. And with God, for me, all things are possible. So folks, that's how I'm dealing with the COVID cruise. I have it on cruise control. I figured that I'll let things happen around me. If I have an opportunity to say something, I will. But I'm not going to jump into negativity. I'm not going to jump into ugliness. I'm going to be part of the balance that's around here. And when people see me, they see me smiling. I wear this just ridiculously crazy purple sequin mask that I get so many compliments of. And all I tell people is, well, if you got to wear it, you might as well have fun with it. And my job isn't to worry about things. My job isn't to stress over stuff. My job is to just know, purely and simply, I can only change the things I can change. But I have to accept those things that I cannot change and allow myself to live in balance with them, to not get overly worried, overly upset, or any other emotion, and just continue to be happy. I'm spiritual. I love my place with God. I love being with my spiritual life partner, and she and I have had amazing years together. And we both listen to our God music, and we turn it on in the beginning of the day, and we shut it off at night when it's time for bed. And that's kind of our background. You don't have to do that, but you know what? You also don't have to listen to death metal. You don't have to listen to killer cop rap or whatever music that's out there that's trying to engage people in ugliness or tension or blaming and shaming. Listen to stuff that's positive, that makes you feel good, that brings you a sense of peace, joy, and happiness. It's okay to just walk and play the game. You don't have to like it, but you can respect those around you that want to play it. Whenever there's an opportunity for me not to wear the mask, I'm not wearing it. When there's people that love me and I love them and they're okay with me hugging them, I'm gonna hug them. If we have masks on or not. I'm not in fear of this, folks. I'm not fearing the COVID cruise. I'm controlling my COVID cruise. Thank you very much, folks. I appreciate your time and effort. Thank you for all the things you do. Please subscribe, like, share this. If this isn't making sense to you, but you know somebody that it might actually assist, please share this with them. God bless you all, and we'll talk to you soon.